Hi folks, Puffin here, back in Denver, or I wish you were too, or I wish wherever you are that you could smoke weed legally and comfortably as you can in Denver and Colorado and many other states now, and good job to everybody. I made a video about the effects of this, and I wanted to hone in on a couple things that I mentioned, which is kind of hard to do, honestly, because welcome to Tangent City. It's like, um, the great thing about herb for creative people is it gives you more ideas. It's just you get more ideas. Your ideas go in different directions. And the idea that came up that I really wanted to focus on because I think it's really important is weed for our social justice and really a lot of our most pressing problems to save ourselves from ourselves, to save the earth from ourselves. Weed is key for these things. Weed is what we need. And um, we'll figure it out. I mean, we're figuring it out. Personally, I feel like one advantage to having smoked and got really high after a long time of not smoking um, is it reminded me of some things. It's like weed is telling me, hey, you forget to talk about me. I mentioned that in my previous video. I don't really, even though I call myself Puffin and weed is important in my life, I don't talk about it that much in my videos. And I'm like, yeah, I should talk about weed and the importance of weed. And a lot of these things that I think, I feel like I've thought about these things for a long time. I know a lot of people know them. And so I've always kind of had this background thought that so many people know this. We'll eventually get it right. We'll figure it out because people know it. But a lot of people don't know it. And the thing about these days is all sorts of people can know something, but it's like nobody knows it until a video that's been viewed 15 million times. It's something that everybody knows. Until it becomes part of the registered consciousness. So I'm like, well, let me talk about these things. So whether it's this video or another video you make talking about these things, somebody gets one out there that's seen a bunch so that we all know these things. And it's just stuff about weed, how weed can save the world and save us from ourselves. For one, culturally and oppression and putting people in prison and stuff, weed has been like a foundation of that for a long time. And while it's naturally and usefully, the way it works is it makes people build bridges and communicate and become friends. Uh, that's how weed works in the world. Keeping it legal, prohibiting it, or making all sorts of consequences for it, being able to arrest and all the stuff I don't want to get into, the bad stuff that we do, is all based on um, prohibiting weed. I mean, it's based on other things too. It's based on racism, sexism. It's based on a number of other things, but that's so foundational to because I realized they did it about 80 years ago. They made weed illegal, and it's been foundational to this arc of America, like one of the worst arcs of America, going to this like super fascist like bombs and war and all that stuff. We can cut all that out, by the way. Church of Judas hashtag. Oh man, I can't go in that direction right now, but check out the Church of Judas hashtag in my other videos about that stuff. But for social justice, for bringing communities together, weed, uh, legalizing it, getting everybody out of jail who's been in jail on it, and repaying them in some ways, like giving them a weed store, whatever it is, like getting this ball rolling. And it's going to be good. It's going to be really good when we take advantage of what it can do. Another thing you can do, you can replace all your coal-powered power plants with weed. Just burn weed in them instead. Maybe scrub them down first or something, but then throw weed in there and burn it instead, like hemp. And you naturally replace that source. Like that revolutionizes your green. That's your missing piece of the green transition, all that stuff. It's easy. And people have known it, but it's like, well, has anybody made a video talking about it that everybody can watch 150 million times, So anyway, has anybody made a video about it everybody can watch 1.5 billion times? That's this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what registers. Okay, now we all know. So yeah, it solves your energy pollution problems. It solves your food problems and stuff. I mean, there's so much things that you can do with it. But what I really wanted to focus on was how communities are separated, like the redneck community, the poor white people community. That a lot of them are not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of terrorist indoctrinated into the Trump cult, the Trumputineer cult by the KGB, KKK. They get them on their side. A lot of that, country redneck people smoke weed, and a lot of them appreciate that. And this is something we can come together with those people. I mean, you got to get people out of that type of evil brainwashing that I just mentioned. But weed is good for that too. Weed is, like I said, changes your mind. It takes you in a different direction. Welcome to Tangent City. So it's good to be tangent. It's good to touch and connect. And we can do it. We can save the world. Weed really helps. And if you can come up with better ways to put these ideas out there so that your video gets viewed 1.5 billion times or 15 billion times or whatever, because everybody can watch it twice, yeah, done. So let's do it. Let's go, Mary Jane. Let's make the world sane and safe and insane again too. Let's make it all good for everybody, because it's a beautiful world and everybody's in it together and we're all the same in such a fundamental way that, sharing herb or whatever, or just sharing the benefits of it, even if you don't smoke from it, sharing the benefits that make our whole earth healthier, can show that and bring us all together. So let's do it. And thanks, weed. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching and sharing. Puff, puff, pass. Puffing out. See you soon.